if ever there was a time where people are nervous, it is now. You can't help be. You're looking around, and I have no idea what's going to happen with tariffs. And I know everybody's like, "What?" I couldn't tell you. Could it happen that there's going to be no tariffs? Always a possibility. With Trump, you never know. He could show up today and go, "April Fools, you guys showed up." Ah. Or he could say, it's on. This is it. Is he biting off more than he can chew? I don't know, because we don't know what, we're going to hit them with tariffs, whoever they are, because again, I don't know, because he's been a little, like the people. Europe, we're going after Europe. Okay, who in Europe? Specifically, do we have the people? Okay, the countries. All right. And I understand. This has been a big deal for him. But as we said yesterday, we'll always continue to say, how this works when it comes to voting is pocketbook. Is a big deal. And that includes midterms. Will there be a slowdown? Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea what is even going to happen, because this is how fast this can move. By this afternoon, Trump could announce it. By the time we get off air and Matt's coming in, he could have gone, "I've paused it." And by tomorrow, they could be back on. That's the kind of stuff that can happen.
Business sentiment has gone down, and that's where the economic risk comes into play, is that businesses that face uncertainty, they don't go out and hire a bunch of people. They don't expand production. They sit back and wait for the dust to settle. And that in and of itself could be a headwind to the economy.
And you don't want that. You don't want that. What you want is certainty. Let me tell you what the economy cares about. The market itself, the stock market, it cares about certainty. It likes stability. And the stock market's a big deal for Trump. That's one of the barometers he looks at. What's it do for the average person? Are they nervous? The average person is a little, because they don't know what to expect. They don't study macro or microeconomics. They don't really understand tariffs. They just hear things are going to get expensive, not quite sure why they're going to get expensive in some areas, not sure what is actually going to get expensive, not sure how long it's going to take for some of these things to potentially hit us in the pocketbook. So it's hard to explain something to somebody. Remember, was it Chuck Schumer going out there saying, "We're never going to have avocados again"? And then nothing happened. Right, Jay? Nothing happened. We're working around. Avocados. Nothing happened. Because they didn't go on. And what was it? The Super Bowl, right? That's when they were talking about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. We're never going to have avocados. It's like, shut up, dude. You don't even know. And anyways, some of this stuff would take weeks and months before we would feel it. It is the unknown, though. People like stability. Unknown makes them uncomfortable. And this is definitely going to be uncomfortable. Bill O'Reilly talking about it, because at the end of the day, it's still about the election. And we're going to get to the big Wisconsin election coming up a little bit later. But it does matter. Because as we've talked about, we talked about it with Bell, we talked about it with Ken, we talked about it with several people. You've only got a finite time to get this right and to get people feeling comfortable. People feel nervous, and we are a nation. You guys listening, a vast majority of you love Trump. But you didn't put Trump over the line. It was a lot of people in the middle that helped him get over that line, who had voted for Biden but were over it. A lot of people that had voted for Trump but weren't sure about voting for Trump again, and maybe thinking about staying home, but they saw what happened with immigration and stuff and were frustrated with inflation. They were the ones who pushed them over the line. I'm not talking about the third-time Trump voter. I'm talking about the first and second-time, voter for Trump. They helped put everybody over the line, and they're a fickle bunch. And a fickle bunch of people, if things don't feel like they're going right, they will change fast.
But he's running an enormous risk, far more than people know. Because this time next year, April Fool's Day, 2026, if the economy is wobbly and prices have not come down substantially, Democrats will win the midterms. And that's it for Donald Trump's presidency, right there.
But those are big ifs. All of those things are big ifs when it comes to what happens, because we don't know what's going to happen. He says he's perfecting it. He's getting it ready to roll. He's perfecting it. And as soon as they're ready, they're going to take effect immediately after they're announced, which could be at any moment today.
What Trump hopes is that he'll be able to make these deals on paper quickly and therefore have to take the tariffs off, which he will. All right, he's nimble. He'll do that.
Right.
And then he'll wave the paper, look at the deal I got.
Which is what anybody would do, by the way. If I got a great deal, I would do that. But you look around and you see, if things start to slow down, if the market takes a hit, because one of the things that a lot of people forget about is, yes, the market's a gauge for this, but it's also retirement for a lot of people. A lot of people support Trump. It's their retirement they're looking at. And even though it may not affect them today, in their mind, it's going to make them nervous. So you have to think long term, right? Macro, micro kind of thing. He
believes that he can, through sheer will, make this happen.
You seem skeptical.
And he may be able to. He's not a timid guy. Everybody knows that. He doesn't play it safe. He's never played it safe, and he's won twice. So he's going to, but I think in this regard, if you see the unemployment numbers go up dramatically, if you see the stock market, that's a key for Trump. He locks in on that stock market. If it has another bad quarter, you're going to see changes. All right, you will. Quick changes. But he's going to ride it out a little bit more and hope he can get those deals. That's what he's hoping for.
And I think we will get some deals without having to do anything. And I think some other ones, you know what? They think, let's see how long we can wait out the Americans. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to you. But everybody's got a point where they say, all right, if things get too expensive, if unemployment seems to be going up, if there's a certain sense that we could be heading towards a recession, then the pivot comes there. It's the beauty of Trump. Is he biting off too much? These are all questions. These are fair questions to ask. Should we be looking at strategically going after one here, one there, or groups? We're going to find out. But all of it, though, like everything with Trump, is subject to change.
I think it's going to go forward, and it may be rocky in the beginning, but I think that this will make sense for Americans.
And we're going to find that out in a big way, starting potentially today. Again, I don't know when this kicks off. And I don't even know, does anybody have any, Jay, do you have any idea who's going to be hit with these? Does anybody have any idea?
No.
There you go.
Not really. Again, Trump is, he just plays things so close to the vest at times, and I think that's certainly part of his strategy.
Yeah. So we're going to find out. It's going to be very interesting.